We've got a high-flying tech startup in the hospitality space, on-demand delivery space, raised over $50 million and poof, blew up spectacularly and very unfortunately. Let's check this one out. This is a crazy tale of just like, excuse me, what? I don't even know where to start on this. So I spoke to this company. I spoke to the CEO of this company. I love this company. I left that call. I was like, wow, these guys are amazing. We were doing some stuff in the hospitality space at the time. I was like, yeah, love these guys' model. The company is called Butler, and they were doing on-demand room service delivery. Think COVID shut down not only all the hotels, but then as the hotels started to open again, they weren't at capacity. They didn't have the staffing. They just weren't doing room service. Still, like barely any hotels are doing room service, right? It's like, oh, one of my favorite things about staying in hotels, room service. Get woken up with food. Amazing, right? Who doesn't love that? That's literally gone away at all the hotels. Enter Butler. I mean, it's a new company, newish. They were founded in 2018. They had raised like $5 million or so going into COVID. COVID hits. That summer, July 2020, they raised $15 million. And they're in thousands of rooms, or I think they called it keys. That was the thing. That was their thing. How many keys are we in? Like room keys. Do they have under like management or purview, right? So you'd go into these hotels. They'd actually put like a little flyer in the room saying, use Butler to order your room service. And Butler would then have a network of restaurants and food providers, and they're doing the fulfillment, getting you the food quickly, giving you a menu, giving you, that kind of tech-enabled room service experience. But it's not you ordering off of Uber Eats or DoorDash or these where, could take time. Like your food options might be limited. Can you schedule the delivery? That's also another really snazzy feature of being able to have room service. Like, hey, wake me up with breakfast, right? So can you bring a lot of that hotel room service experience, but do it in a way filling a gap for hotels that don't have functioning restaurants, or they have restaurants, but they're low staffed, they're not doing room service. And then there's actually a whole bunch of hotels that just didn't do room service at all. And that's actually where I think Butler started, was with those hotels. And then what COVID did was actually open up a whole other swath of hotels that had a higher demographic, a more affluent customer that was willing to pay for room service and convenience. But the hotel just wasn't equipped to meet those needs, right? So I think that was also another huge kind of like COVID benefit. So you're just like, wow, yeah, I love how this company is positioned. Kind of love the ethos of bringing this tech-enabled service. What are the other tech-enabled services that you could bring to this hospitality sector, right? There's a lot of other adjacent services that you could bolt on. Customers that pledge to deliver orders, including convenience items on the side, like chargers and shaving cream, in under 30 minutes, charged directly to their hotel bill. Awesome, right? They had their own restaurant concepts that they staffed. Maybe this is the gotcha. Maybe this is the thing that got them, that they were doing a lot of that linearly as opposed to working with third parties. I thought they were working with some third party restaurants as well, as opposed to doing it all themselves. But this is one of those where it's just like, it doesn't make any sense. They raised another $32 million in October of 2021 and were out of business by May, like out of business. You raised $32 million 6 months before. And it's gone. On May 16th, Butler sent an email to vendors that might have been considered reassuring. We are writing to inform you that room service and catering services will continue as is. All collateral is still functional. We appreciate your loyalty to sticking with us through these times. That was May 16th. The trouble was Butler's 1,000-person workforce had been laid off 3 days before that. In fact, most were told that the company had been dissolved. I mean, what? You got to be kidding me. They didn't give notice. They didn't pay severance. They owe people benefits. This is just a cluster. No notice to vendors. no communication, just imploded. I guess, I mean, the only thing here is they were very linear when I thought they were more I spoke to this guy, the CEO. They're much more linear than I thought they were marketplace. So they're asset heavy. They were started as a food kitchen, ghost kitchen company. So they were trying to, I guess, centralize the food production as opposed to working with like select partners in the area, which is how I would have looked to diversify that. I don't know why you didn't. Anyway, and then they weren't charging for the delivery, or they were giving it away for free. And they said what they started to do at the last minute was charge for delivery when they had been giving away delivery for free, I guess, and just losing, probably a negative gross margin on every one of these orders, I guess. And then we're blaming COVID. But like, to me, COVID was probably one of the biggest reasons why they were successful and were able to raise this money and scale so aggressively. It's one of those stories where, I mean, it's not like I'd done deep diligence on the company, but I love the positioning. Company, all the outside signals looked amazing. I mean, we didn't put any money in. I didn't look at a data room. I didn't do a technical analysis, but it's just one of those stories, right? Where like, looks amazing on the surface, but then once you dig deeper, oh boy, yeah, that money is gone. I mean, it's 100% a management fail, just in terms of how you handled the wind down. None of it was managed at all. This thing blew up. Clearly, poor management, no board oversight, right? To recognize that and really ask the tough questions. Say, yeah, this company is going to blow up, or the business model is unsustainable. And when you raised over $30 million, collectively over $7 million in the span of 15, 16 months, you should be able to recognize the thing is sustainable or unsustainable. And if unsustainable, make changes to how the business is being operated, or also just recognize that you need an insane amount of money, some kind of lifeline here, right? Like, there's so many ways that you should get out in front of this to subvert, just a complete blow up where all these poor now employees out of a job are owed money, don't have benefits. These people have families, that's not part of the deal. So that's not cool. And there could be legal ramifications for this guy too. Woof. If you like that video, hit that subscribe button. We got a bunch of other videos highlighting what are generally better performing startups, but also really bringing the appropriate analysis to try and cut through, the good from the bad.